are back for another week of the Professor DW podcast. I'm Tony Davila. This week, the professor did pretty good on the challenge. Now, he did get some wins, but didn't get enough to get the win over the winner. We'll go over that here shortly. All right, how week 2 went down. The professor's picks. Took Green Bay, Cincy, Dallas, Detroit, and the Rams. Got all of those. That all worked there. Took Miami, professor's first miss. San Francisco and Buffalo, they got wins. Pittsburgh over Seattle. Did not get that one. Baltimore win. Denver's loss, last second loss to Indy. Kind of flags, questionable, but took that one. Those are the professor's loss. The professor went 13-3 in week 2, but didn't do enough to get the big win. Week 2 for the contestants. It was a close matchup between R.J. Wilson and Jared Kickner. They both went in with one loss. R.J. missed on the Seahawks. He had the Pittsburgh over the Seahawks. You know how that one came out. Washington fans, Seahawks fans, know how that one went down. The one that Jared missed was the Colts over the Broncos. Again, flags at the end of a game leads to a field goal. Can't really fault him on that one. That and it's Indy. They haven't really been great recently. Maybe Danny Dimes is for real. Who knows? So, with that, they both went into the 2 Monday night games. There were 2 Monday night games, which kind of threw things off a little bit as well. Both of them agreed that the Chargers would win over the Raiders. The Chargers won over the Raiders, so keep the stalemate going. Jared took Tampa Bay. RJ took Houston. Tampa Bay got a comeback. In that one, Tampa Bay comes away with the win, and Jared Kickner takes home week 2's win, and that also gave him the win over Professor DW, picking 15 out of 16 games. Near perfect, not as perfect as our intern Dominic that is running the production for us. He went a perfect 16 for 16, but lucky for you guys, ineligible because he works for Eli Sports Network. So there you go. Dom, good job. So with that, we had a tie going in. Kickner gets the win. Jared Kickner gets the win, the full out win. But there's a 5-way tie for second place. Alexander Cornwell, William Pexon, Wes Swick, R.J. Wilson, and another Kickner, Bob Kickner, in there as well, trying to get the double dip for the Kickners, but comes up just short as 5-way tie. The tiebreaker comes into effect. RJ, Wes, and Alexander all went low picks, thinking that the Price is Right rules were going to come into effect. Did not quite get there. Bob Kickner went 21.05, while William Pexon gets 22.40. The actual total was 25.04. Thank you, Brandon Aubrey. Cowboys, let's go. Aubrey did a lot of damage himself, 25.04, so that gives Pexon number 2 and an entry into the postseason ticket bonanza. He gets in there. We have 2 new entrants, so there are 4 spots gone now in the exclusive postseason pick'em. Jared also beat Professor DW, so he's going to sit at home and expect an envelope to come in the mail with $27 and a congratulatory letter. You can also expect that when you get a win. What is the Ticket Bonanza? If you're just joining us, this is week 3. The Ticket Bonanza is 2 tickets to a majority of the professional Seattle teams. Seahawks, Sounders, Mariners, Storm, 2 tickets to the Kraken, to the Rainiers in Tacoma, and then 2 tickets to Emerald Downs in Auburn. While they are running, of course, we're not going to give you just 2 random tickets in there for you to watch the track. Be nice. It's cool, it's pretty, but you want to see horse racing, so That's the deal there. Again, Professor DW, 13 points for Professor DW. He's done a great job sending in these emails, just not enough to get over the hump and get a win. We'll see what the professor can do in week 3. Remember, the deadline is 4 o'clock on Thursday. 4 p.m., not a.m., 4 p.m. on Thursday to get those entries in. And you're in. You can possibly win $27. You could be like Jared and win $27. That could help a lot. So, with that being said, let's get to the professor's picks for week 3. So, we'll start with Thursday. On Thursday, the professor did not have a hard time picking this one. Nobody's going to have a hard time picking this one. Buffalo over Miami. Miami is not great. All right, Green Bay getting it done in Cleveland. Green Bay, unfortunately, got this really, really good D-end linebacker hybrid from Dallas. Enough said. Green Bay gets the win there. The professor has Tennessee taking down the Colts, ending the Colts' hot start. Tennessee hasn't looked great, but it is a league rivalry, so that could be one that could end up having that upset happen. Tennessee hasn't looked bad either. Cam Ward has had a couple of impressive throws into the end zone. Dom appreciates that. So does Matthew King, the buzzer guys. In a battle of backup quarterbacks, the professor takes Jake Browning and the Bengals over the Vikings and Carson Wentz. I kind of like that as well. Really, you don't know what you're going to get from either one of these teams, especially with Minnesota losing their running back and Aaron Jones for a little bit. So, injury depletions, I think I would lean the same way and have Cincy pull off the win. Up next, Professor has the Pats beating the Steelers. Again, defense, Mike Vrabel has them going, so I could see that one going too. Steelers started off really hot in week 1, cooled off week 2. We'll see which Steelers team is actually legit, who is going to show up for the Steelers offensively. Professor's got the Eagles keeping their winning ways going, beating the Rams in Philly. Fully agree with that. The Bucks and their Washington high school legend-led offense. Cade Otton out of Tumwater, Emeka Egbuka out of Steilacoom. What more can you say for Washington? You got a couple of studs there in the Bay, and he's got them winning in against the Jets. The Jets just announced that Justin Fields is out, so that's probably a good pick with Tyrod Taylor stepping in and taking the offense over for New York. Jersey. They play in Jersey. He's got the Commanders winning in Vegas. Jaden Daniels injury. I like it. Marcus Mariota can step in, kind of run the same kind of offense. So I agree there with the professor as well. Falcons over the Panthers. Panthers are starting to get it together, starting to roll a little bit, but I think it's early in the season, and they're not quite there yet. The Falcons have looked really good, especially with that 1-2 running back combo of Bijan and Tyler Algier, along with Penix throwing the ball around. It seems like Atlanta is the Atlanta that we've been promised for years, so maybe Atlanta is back into it. Over the Texans is the other pick. Jags are okay. Texans kind of beat up. Texans could be 0-3. That's what the professor's got as well. Interesting, but hey, that's the professor's pick, not my pick. I would choose Houston in that one. All right, now he's got Justin Herbert and the Chargers going against Denver and getting a win. That's another one of those league games. I agree with that because Justin Herbert is my fantasy football quarterback, so I'm hoping that's a win too. Seattle gets loud and beats the Saints. Again, the Saints not having a great season, rebuilding, new coach. They need a quarterback. Do they have one that's not on their sideline calling plays for them? Who knows? But yeah, Seattle beating the Saints. The Cowboys get a win against Chicago in Chicago. New York Giants took them a distance. See if the Cowboys can keep riding that momentum or that hot leg of Brandon Aubrey and get another win. I agree with that fully. Go Cowboys. Another backup quarterback gets a win according to the professor, and that is Mac Jones. Mac Jones of the 49ers got a win last week. Professor's got him winning again in Arizona, beating the Cardinals there. The professor thinks the Chiefs, the Chiefs go from the Super Bowl to 0-3 in a loss to the Giants. Russell Wilson looked like Russell Wilson for a quarter. Is he back? They have receivers, they have running backs. Their defense should be improved. The Giants could get the win here, especially against a kind of struggling offense early on for the Kansas City Chiefs. So Giants over Chiefs, not as far-fetched as some would think. That just leaves the Monday night game. Ravens, Lions. Ravens have the running back in Henry, and then the quarterback in Lamar Jackson, going against the Lions, who just put up a 50-burger. But the professor took Baltimore, winning in Baltimore. It is hard to win in Baltimore, especially with that defense. So the professor is going home team on Monday night and has Baltimore taking down the Lions. There's the professor's picks. The tab is up and current, so you can go and fill out your form as well. Get it in again. The deadline is Thursday at 4 p.m. Good luck. 4 spots down in the Professor's postseason tournament. Is your name going to be the next one on there? We'll find out next week.